Doctor, I often end up using my smartphone in a brightly lit room at night. Is that bad for my health?
Actually, that habit could be impacting your health more than you realize. Recent studies have shown that being exposed to bright light at night can disrupt your body's internal clock, which can increase your risk of developing diabetes.
Really? That sounds a bit extreme. I just want to relax at night, but how does that lead to diabetes?
When your internal clock is disrupted, it can interfere with how your body uses insulin, causing your blood sugar levels to rise more easily. Being in a bright environment at night can throw off this rhythm, so it's something to be mindful of.
That's a bit scary, but what can I do about it?
First, let's take a look at your nighttime environment. I'll also go over some specific strategies to help.
Why is nighttime light so harmful to the body in the first place?
Research has shown that exposure to bright light at night can disrupt your body's internal clock, leading to impaired insulin secretion and glucose metabolism. This disruption increases your risk of developing diabetes.
Is the internal clock really that important?
Yes, it's extremely important. Your internal clock regulates many physiological processes, including your sleep patterns, hormone production, and even your appetite. When this rhythm is disturbed, it can have various negative effects on your health.
I see. So how can I keep my internal clock in check?
There are several ways, but managing your exposure to light is particularly crucial.
I've never heard of light management before. What happens if you don't manage your light exposure properly?
If you're exposed to strong light at night, it can increase your body's insulin resistance. Insulin is a key hormone that helps regulate blood sugar, so when resistance increases, your risk of diabetes goes up.
What is insulin resistance, and what happens if it gets worse?
Insulin resistance is when your body doesn't respond properly to insulin. When this happens, your body needs to produce more insulin to keep blood sugar levels normal, but it becomes harder to maintain that balance. Over time, this can lead to type 2 diabetes.
I had no idea that being exposed to bright light at night could directly increase the risk of diabetes. That's pretty alarming.
Yes, it's true. In addition to increasing the risk of diabetes, bright light at night can also disrupt your sleep patterns and lead to other health problems. Let me explain some strategies to protect yourself from these effects.
What can I do to prevent the health risks associated with nighttime light exposure?
One of the most important things is to get exposure to sunlight in the morning. Morning light helps reset your internal clock and keeps your natural rhythm in balance, which can counteract the effects of artificial light at night.
Does just getting sunlight in the morning really make that much of a difference?
Yes, it actually does. Also, managing your indoor lighting in the evening by keeping it dim can be very beneficial. It's especially important to avoid blue light from screens like smartphones and computers before bed, and to create a darker environment as you wind down.
That sounds simple enough to try, but will that really reduce my risk of diabetes?
Yes, small daily changes can add up to significant health benefits. The relationship between light and health is strong, so managing your exposure to light is very important.
This makes me a bit anxious. What practical steps can we take in our daily lives to make these improvements?
Start by limiting your use of smartphones and computers late at night. Try to step away from screens at least an hour before bed and keep your lighting dim. In the morning, make it a habit to get as much natural sunlight as possible.
I think I can try that. Is there anything else I should be aware of?
Diet is also important. Avoid eating late at night and aim for a balanced diet overall. Creating a healthy daily routine can help keep your internal clock in sync and reduce your risk of diabetes.
I understand now. Could you summarize the key points about the link between bright light at night and diabetes?
Of course. Being exposed to bright light at night can disrupt your internal clock, which has been shown to increase the risk of diabetes. Specifically, nighttime light exposure can increase insulin resistance, making it harder to control blood sugar levels. To mitigate this risk, it's important to maintain a dark environment at night and reset your internal clock by getting sunlight in the morning.
So that's why morning sunlight is so important.
Exactly. Being mindful of your light exposure in daily life is crucial for maintaining good health.
Thank you. I'll start paying more attention to how I manage light in my life.
That's a great step. If you have any more questions or tips to share, please feel free to leave comments on the video. It's always helpful to hear from others about their experiences.